Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tini. Thank you for stopping by. If you like the content that you see on this channel, please feel free to subscribe, to like, to share, and to leave a comment. So today I'm in the comfort of my home. That is why I'm in a bonnet. It's a Sunday. It's the only day off I've had in a while. So I'm just relaxing at home. I had to do a video, so that's why I have some makeup on, but I thought I would sit down and do a quick video because it has been a while since I've last done a sit down proper video. For the last few weeks I've been doing mostly reviews, and it's just nice to sit down, relax, and just shoot, just a proper sit down video. How are you? How have you been? How are those close to your heart? Everything is okay on my side. So I'm in the living room now because our entire house right now is a construction site, but that is a story for another day. So today I would like us to have a little chat. A little chat that not everybody will love. And this is a chat about saving, about finances. Yes, girl, I am talking to you who earns a really good salary but barely saves anything. I am going to go through some of what works for me. These are common tips, but you might not be putting to use. So I'm going to go through some of the tips that help me and help us as a household save money. So my household is basically a one income household. Let me explain a little bit further. We do have two incomes coming into the household, as in both of us are contributors to the household income, but we try and focus on using one salary and saving the rest, or investing the other salary. This we used this when we were saving for our house, and it really worked for us, and it kind of tricked our minds and how we saved into thinking that, okay, we have only one income and everything, all our expenses need to go into that, need to be paid from that one income. Anything else, if we're over that, we need to see where we shaved, where we saved. And basically we came to a point where we were so used to using one income, it felt like we had one income. Even though both of us are contributing, we didn't think about the other salary. One, we did that because it was great for saving, and two, we used that because even if one of us loses our jobs, we're already used to being one income household. All our expenses have been structured into being paid for by one income. I hope that makes sense. But you can try that if it would work in your relationship, in your marriage, but it really works for us. The first thing I think that is priority when you want to save is to save first and spend later. I hear a lot of people saying, yeah, I pay my bills and spend money and then I save whatever's left off. But what if there's nothing left off? Then what do you save? Always room for saving something from your salary. There's always room to save it. What we do is that we save before we spend. So whatever comes in, we put the savings away first, and then we save, and then we spend. We have debit orders on our accounts. So sometimes I don't even notice that the debit order has gone off because it's a debit order going into savings account, and that is really great because it holds you accountable, that you don't have to worry about physically doing it because the bank does it for you already. And if you do it over a couple of months, at first it'll be hard, you will feel it, but if you do it over a couple of months, you'll come to a point where you don't even notice that the money has gone out. You won't even feel that the money has gone out. So that really works for us, is that we save first. So first of all, whatever goes to what has to go to savings goes to savings, and then we sit down and then we work with what we have. There is always room to work with what you have. And it hurts when the money is going to the savings account, but then when it's at the end of the month and you've received your other paycheck and you've saved, you realize that, oh my God, you're actually super proud of yourself. So definitely I would say save first. Hold yourself accountable either with debit orders or any apps. There's so much in place that can help you be accountable for your savings. If you don't have access to this, have a friend, a saving buddy who you can both be like, look, every month I show you where I've put my saving money, so we can all remind you to save, so we can help hold each other accountable. These are the friends you should have, not the gossiping friends. Not that there's anything wrong with meeting your girls and having a chat, but you need to surround yourself with people who encourage you to save. Clear heavy debt off bit by bit. As you go through life, you do take out some debt. Try and clear that debt as fast as you can, especially if it's high interest debt. This doesn't necessarily mean that, okay, if you're set to pay $400, for example, every month on your car, on your loan, can you pay a little extra on top of that? For example, an extra 100 or an extra 50. It might not feel like it makes a huge difference, but it does make a huge difference on you paying less interest back to the bank. So try and pay off as much as you can. If you, for example, have little investments, or if you get a bonus off work, instead of when you get a bonus going absolutely crazy and going on a shopping spree after shopping spree, try and sit down and plan how you can use that money either to save some of it or to pay off some of your larger debt. Whenever I receive unexpected money, whether it's from a business venture or anything like that, before I spend it, I just sit down, because when the money comes in, I don't know if it could just only be me, but I get super hyper excited. I'm like, I don't know what to do with myself. How do we act? How do we spend it? I need to spend it now. But sometimes you don't need to spend it. Sometimes you just need to save it. So sit down, think it through, plan when you receive your salary. Have a detailed plan, write it down. I know it can be tedious, but write it down and have a plan, because if you don't have a plan, you plan to fail. So have a plan in place and pay off those large chunks of debt. Before you know it, you would have paid it off. A lot of people, including myself, spend a lot of money on food. But I found that a lot of people spend their entire salaries on just food. Now, we eat very well. I know I look skinny, but we eat very well in our household. But we do not eat recklessly. We do not spend recklessly on food. We do a lot of bulk buying. So I know that there's things that I bought in March that are still there in this house. They haven't expired or anything. They're still in good order, but I've had in March. Things like dried foods, things like washing powder, washing capsules, dishwashing capsules. Those are things that you can buy in bulk, in the bulkiest form you can get. What I usually do with such things, dry things and cleaning products, is that I'll try and buy in bulk, and I'll try and buy when there's promotions. So I'll try and hunt for the promotions and try and buy in bulk. I love buying cleaning products. I don't know why. It's become a new obsession of mine. But what I'll do is I'll buy everything in bulk. I know it makes sense. Everybody's like, girl, we do and buy in bulk. We're already buying in bulk. But what I find is that a lot of people, when they get paid, they just think there's no food in the house, I need to go and buy food. And it's 7 o'clock and you run to the convenience store and you buy food at the convenience store. Before you know it, you've spent a couple of hundreds in 2-3 days. And then you're like, where did my money go? Because that's because you're buying in the wrong places. You need to shop around for promotions. You need to shop around less. You need to shop less for things like dry food and washing capsules and cleaning products, because if you do one bulk shop, let's say in 3 months, and you're not going back and forth to the shop to buy smaller quantities every time, you're literally saving money because you're buying in such big bulks. So shop around where you can buy products in bulk at a really cheaper price. Go one time and buy a lot. One, you're saving on fuel or transport costs, or you're saving because you won't have to go as much. I know sometimes it's like, okay, if I buy in bulk, I'm saving like in 50 here or whatever, but what you forget is that those little amounts add up so much, and you might not feel it, but I feel less stressed out when there's enough washing liquid, when there's enough toilet paper, when there is enough dried foods in my home. I know we won't go hungry. I know everything is there, and all we are buying is things like meat products, milk, and fruits every week. We go to the shop once, maximum twice a week, and we get whatever we need. We still eat very well. I make sure we eat very well, but we're not starving ourselves of food. We're just being more cautious, looking more at prices and where we can get the best deal before we just splash our money on groceries. My mom used to say that a lot of people will work for the toilet. They'll get paid, their entire salary just goes to the freaking toilet. And she was right. The thing that personally worked for us is review your renting situation. You don't need to live in a mansion. You don't need to live in the most expensive suburb. What you need to do is you need to live within your means. If that means that you live in a shared household, if you don't have your own house, do it. As long as your bottom line looks okay, as long as the money you're left with in your pocket makes you happy. Yes, it might be inconvenient to live with other people. Yes, you might have to share a bathroom. Yes, you might have to share a kitchen. Yes, your space won't be so quiet, but I'm telling you that you have to look at the bigger picture. You have to look at the long-term situation and ask yourself that, where do I want to be in 5 years? Essentially, remember that when you're paying rent, you're paying off somebody else's mortgage. Buy secondhand stuff. I know a lot of people won't love to hear this one, but buy secondhand stuff. For example, if you're having a baby and you want to buy a pram or what's called a boogie or for your baby, think that within your circles, is there a friend of yours who's not planning to have more kids who would be willing to sell you their pram at a lower price? You would be surprised at how many of your friends actually want to get rid of stuff. Some might not even sell it to you and be like, bro, you can get it for free. But one, you if you're worried about about stuff being clean and stuff like that, you're buying from people you know. But there are so many things that you can buy in charity shops and you can wash and clean, and they're almost as good as new, that you would have paid triple the price or double the price if you went in and bought it yourself brand new. One, it's good for your environment, but most importantly, it is good for your pocket. Clothes. As people, we like to keep up appearances, which is awesome, which is good. You need to put on clothes that make you look good. You need to put on clothes that make you look like a queen. But if you're finding that you're buying clothes just to prove you're a queen, and you're getting into debt to buy those clothes, yes, I am talking to some of us, not me girl, but some of us who have clothing cards. I can't remember what they're actually called. Those, it's like a card where you can buy things, accounts or clothing accounts in stores. Avoid those ones like the plague. Save your money. Buy clothes. You don't have to buy clothes every month. I know people who every month will go and buy something new. You don't have to do that. There's so many clothes. If you look inside your wardrobe, you'll find that you have a lot of clothes that you can still wear that are in very good condition, especially now that most people are stuck at home before you have COVID. Do you really need those new shoes just to look cute and take pictures for the gram? Do you? No. Think it through before you throw money at clothing. Avoid trends. Yes, buy a trend if you really, really like it. But trends come and go like that. Remember there used to be those, I think it was called color blocking. You could wear different colors until you looked like a Christmas tree. And it was such a trend where people would wear these so many colors and people would be like, damn girl, you look good. And you looked good. You looked good. You walked there like you owned it. And then a couple of months later, the trend was gone. And people who were wearing multicolored clothes started to look a little bit crazy. So ditch the trends. Only hop on a trend if you really, really like it. But ditch the trends. They're just a waste of money. Going out. It is important to go out to be with your friends. It's important to socialize, to be happy. You work hard for your moolah, but think twice before you go out and eat and spend a couple of hundreds on that meal. Can you invite your friends to your house and you guys have a barbecue or grill or make a nice meal and have a nice chat where you're not rushed to leave? One, you save money. Two, you save money. It's just good for your pocket, which is what we're about today. So really consider, really think things through before you go out and spend money on just food at a restaurant. Yes, go out, spoil yourself once in a while, but don't make it an every week, every 2 days things. It's just not good for you financially. Set aside. Okay, this last one might seem like a little different to what I've just said, but set aside money to blow. Set aside money to just blow, where you don't need to hold yourself accountable for it, but you just blow it. You just go freaking crazy. We set aside, for me and my husband, money for, I don't care what he does with it. He doesn't care what I do with it. I do whatever I want to do with it. And he does whatever he wants to do with it. This helps you. It's like rewarding yourself that I've worked hard for my money. And this is the money that I'm in a position where I can spend it without it having any significant financial impact on my financial status. It doesn't have to be a large amount of money. It can just be a small amount of money. This is money that you can spend on your hobbies. This is money that you can spend on, things just make you happy. Getting an ice cream, buying that shoe once in a while. So just have money aside for yourself just to blow. Just to blow, girl. This is what works for us in our household. And that is it for today. I will see you in the next video. Let me know what you want our next sit down video to be about, and I will work around that. I am super proud of myself because I'm happy. That's the only reason why I'm proud of myself. Well, that's basically it. Everybody is healthy, everybody's alive, and that's basically it. Have a lovely week, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.